Okay, so now that the center is attached, I am going to use my needle and the rest of this yarn to tack down the edges or the tips of these flower petals in place. Before I get started on that though, the instructions call for me to do what's called traveling the yarn from here to here. And basically what that means is I'm going to do several stitches of this needle through this petal here, just on the back side. And the reason I'm doing that is because we don't want to just carry this yarn and then start stitching, because then we'll have a long float of yarn that isn't going to look very cute and it's going to catch on stuff. So I'm just going to work my way up this petal, running my yarn through the back side to anchor this section until I get to the tip of this petal. Okay, so now that my yarn is at the tip of that petal, I'm going to use these pins here to tack down the petals to this back side panel so that I can make sure that they're evenly spaced out and that they stay in place while I'm stitching them. All right, so I'm tacking down my first petal. I'm going to use my yarn needle to catch a few loops on my panel. Like that. Then I'm going to come back through, catch a few loops on the back side of my petal tip. We're only tacking down the tip of the petal. And then come back down through the back. All right, so that's tacked in place. So now I'm going to work my way across the back to the next petal tip. Run my yarn needle under a couple of these loops on the back side to get to the spot where my next petal tip is. Again, taking care to make sure that that yarn doesn't show through on the front side. All right, so now I'm at that spot where my petal tip is. So I'm going to come back through. Catch a few loops on the back side of this petal. And then come back down on the panel. Give it a little tug to make sure it's secured. Then I'm going to work my way around to the next petal, and I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm at my second petal and I'm poking my yarn up through the panel. Gonna catch few of these loops on the back side. Then come back down through the panel and tighten that down. All right, now getting ready to work on my third petal. Just like before, gonna run this yarn on the back side of my blue panel to travel over to the third stitch, or the third petal. And when I'm at the third petal, I'm going to come back through to the right side of the panel. I'm going to catch a few of these loops. And then bring it back down through the panel to secure it. Now on the fourth petal, okay, I'm at my fourth petal. I'm going to poke my needle through to the right side, catch a few of the loops on the tip of my petal on the back side. And tack it down. Then go to the next one. Alrighty, it's all tacked into place. So I'm now going to weave in this yarn tail on the back side. Snip off this tail. And now we're done with the front side of the panel. Okay, now that we have our panels done, in the next video I'm going to show you guys how to crochet it all together.